Now, if you guys want to see the next video or get the next, Monster Hunter video, just watch until the end and I will give you guys, the spoiler for the next Monster Hunter to be featured in Would They Survive Arc video. I will also be doing other creatures as well, so if you have another creature you like to see in Arc, or at least see me break down if they will survive in Arc, please leave it down below. Remember, the categories are Monster Hunter and any other monster or dinosaur, alright? Nothing with actual, planetary to higher superpowers, okay? That's just not fair. Now, Barioth is a pretty interesting creature. One of my favorites, in my opinion. And I've always talked about I need a Barioth video on this channel. The same way I talked about Tigrex in the last part of this installment here. But here's the thing, though. Barioth, to me, is an interesting case here. Especially when it comes to Arc. Because he can thrive in Arctic environments. I know the Guiding Lands, Barioth can appear in the foresty areas. I just don't see how it really would benefit him. Because, again, these are foresty areas. And with us knowing most of the maps except for Fajor, which comes out on June 12th, by the way, it does lead me to speculate that they'll probably have a big Arctic area, considering this is morely about the, I guess the Vikingish era, and there was a lot more ice back then than, back then. So, yeah, I hope you guys just understand that. It's coming out, I think, June 12th this year. So Barioth is actually a apex predator. I would actually say a super apex predator. Now, super predators are ones that have no problem feeding on other creatures. And as we can see here, I think this is a great baggy, woggy, something. It's a great something, I don't know, okay? But here's the thing, though. Barioth actually competes with Glacial Ignactor, right? Brachydios, Shrouded Nerscylla, Deviljho, Rajang, Zamchios, Titanodrala, and Tigrex. I believe there's more in there, but, if we add Fulgor, Anjanath, Viper, Tobi, Kadachi, and Beatotis, yeah, they all compete with Barioth. But here's the thing, though. Barioth, they have to be careful when entering these Arctic regions because Barioth will turn them into a pack. They will be his next meal if they go into these Arctic regions. Yes, that even includes the likes of Deviljho and Rajang because he is a master at ambush tactics. Oop, almost forgot Shrieking Legion as well. This also is probably one of the reasons why Diablos is so aggressive in the desert because of Barioth. Barioth is just something that pretty much hones the mastery of the ambush here, okay? In all honesty, considering the fact that Sand Barioth is a thing as well, I do believe he will be able to survive on the likes of things like Scorched Earth. Probably even thrive there as well. Now, if you guys want to know where the tier he ranks here, he would definitely be in the same category as monsters like Rathalos, Tigrex, Narcocuja. And I do believe that if we give that a pretty good scaling advocate here, I do believe it would definitely range from island level due to the fact that Brachydios was able to one-shot an Ignactor, which causes volcanic eruptions, to country level because these guys can actually go toe-to-toe with Elder Dragons, and Brachydios is also confirmed to be one of the few monsters that can actually, put up a fight against an Elder Dragon. Alright? Considering its ambush tactics, this means it would actually be able to, I think outdo the Thylacoleo because it would have just better camouflage, better maneuverability, just better everything in general. Plus, it can fly. Yeah, plus those tusks are described to be able to penetrate even the thickest of armor. And considering the fact that Najarala, at base, by the way, not the subspecies Titanodrala, which lives in the frozen seaway, right, is able to withstand bites from Deviljho to the point where Deviljho can't even crack the armor, yet Barioth is stated to be able to pretty much take down a Najarala. This means these tusks are penetrating these toughest, and I mean the toughest of armors in the Monster Hunter franchise. So this obviously means Barioth would definitely be able to prey upon, massive, and I mean massive portions of creatures. I mean, there's no if, and, or buts about this. Barioth is getting his food. Alright, he would definitely be able to prey on the likes of mammoths. And considering the fact that it probably would resemble a gammoth, I do believe it would definitely prey on the likes of mammoths anyway. So, yeah, mammoths would definitely be a very, very pronounced prey item. He would definitely be able to prey upon the likes of Brachiosauruses. I do believe it would definitely take him some time to take these guys down. Even woolly Brachios, I think woolly Brachios are stated to be stronger than a normal Brachio, at least from what I've seen from other Arc players as well here. So him being able to take down woolly Brachios is definitely not a joke here. As for competition, I can definitely see him, you know, possibly being a, well, I can't say just he, because, again, I have to remember that these are species, and they will be able to, you know, be species in this game. I mean, Tiger Rex is a DLC in the game, and he's a species. Okay? I could definitely see it competing with Rexes that live there, but in all honesty, I think the main competition is definitely going to be Tyrannus and Carnotaurus packs. I do believe that they have a much better hunting rate than even the direwolves, just because of their, you know, whole unique dynamic and them just being much stronger predators. I do believe enough direwolves and it's, you know, GG. The Genesis map, the Arctic Genesis map definitely favors Barioth. I think it would definitely be a top predator, preying on the likes of Therizzinosauruses, Mammoths, and Tyrannus. Again, this is some... Ooh, excuse me. This is a predator that is not above hunting other predators, making it a super predator. Oh, well, you know, would it, all the other predators count as, you know, super predators in the Arctic area? I would say the only one that would actually count as a super predator would be Devil Joe once he enters there. Maybe even Fulgore Anjanath, because he will prey on other monsters. But again, if you sit at the top of the food chain to the point where you can prey on anybody, you're a super predator. Alright? Lions will not eat cheetahs or hyenas because they just, I guess they just simply don't like the taste of them. Alright? Barioth, oh no, there's no discrimination. Except for its own kind. It will eat every other predator that comes its way. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. He's just going to eat you. He likes you, and he wants you. Now, the only monster I think Barioth would never prey on is Gammoth, simply because it's an apex herbivore. Or an apex life form. So, again, that is basically like Diablos. You don't see a lot of creatures attack Diablos, just like you want to see a lot of creatures attack Gammoth. Now, you might say, okay, what about Tigers? Isn't Tiger Rex stronger than it? Well... yes, and to me, it's more of a yes and no kind of scenario. I would definitely say Tiger Rex is stronger by a short margin, but not by too much, to the point where it's confirmed to be a prey item for you know, for the likes of Barioth here. Eucalos, yeah, Eucalos is definitely above it because it's Elder Dragon level. Alright? It's actually, Eucalos is actually known to prey on the likes of Devil Joe and even eat Elder Dragon. So again, it's in the same tier. I don't think that, you know, it's going to be beating, you know, Eucalos anytime soon. Same with Fulgore Anjanath. Yeah, it's beating that. Sorry, it's taking out Fulgore Anjanath. And the fact that Barioth can actually compete with this invader constantly, even, you know, possibly force it out of its environment, which is the Hoarfrost region, even though it would definitely be more native to the Hoarfrost region because it just simply is just where it was found. I think it became an invader because it was also a prey item, meaning the species of Fulgore Anjanath would not interact with the Hoarfrost region as commonly. It predominantly lives there, but they would actually be traveling a lot more than simply staying there, just due to the likes of Barioth and Legiana, plus Ebony Odogaron that's just constantly there, okay? So, with that being said here, if Barioth wasn't Arc, he would definitely be able to live in these tundra areas or these frozen areas with occasional trips, probably to warmer climates. Now, if you guys want taming methods, I can definitely get that. The best way to do this, I think, would be a passive tame, because Barioth is just super intelligent. You would probably need a creature to pacify it, or make sure it's probably already eaten, to make sure you can just walk up, pacify it with prime meat, run away for a certain amount of time. Ghillie armor, definitely appropriate, okay? So again, I do think a passive way or a knockout way is definitely appropriate here. As for Scorched Earth, Acrocanthosaurus and Concavenator are going to give it a hard time, especially if it's raising pups. I do believe they dig burrows for their pups. I'm not sure. But again, I do believe Barioth would definitely have a, be able to take these monsters out, take these creatures out, and definitely be able to prey upon them. Plus, it won't struggle with things like Dinocruta, Achilevators, or Megaraptors, simply due to the fact that it's simply capable of it's capable of dealing with the likes of Ebony Odolgorods and basic Odogarans when it comes to the guiding lands just on a daily here. I just don't really see that how it's going to struggle here. It would definitely have its preferred food and preferred prey. As for, things like Extinction and Aberration, they definitely could work out its own variants to where it could be mutated by the radiation down there to be an apex predator in the blue zone to where it could prey upon megalosauruses and other creatures, okay? It's not a clear cut and, it's not a clear cut way to, favorite, but I do believe it could definitely take on, things like alphas, like alpha rexes, alpha death worms, death worm queens, and all that stuff. Considering the fact that it should be able to prey on Diablos and rusted Duramboros, which should be relative, if not slightly stronger than alpha rexes, if not pretty close to their, alpha rexes should be, considered to be close to their levels. All right. So in all honesty, I really just have to say here that Barioth does, I think it succeeds more often than not here when it comes to things like, oh yeah, it could just hunt this or it could just hunt that on the regular, and it would just establish itself as a apex predator. If there's really not much to say about it except, yeah, it's going to establish itself as an apex, just as an apex predator here. In all honesty, it just serves that role. It's at the top of the food chain in the Frost region for a reason. It's at the point where it can fight and even eat a Devil Joe for a reason here. Or at least ambush, kill it, and eat one. But hey, let me know what you guys think down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay till the end for the next monster. Peace.